Pisces.
Hello Pisces, this is your October forecast for 2013 and well, a lot of intensity going on for you, isn't there? I'm seeing that September for you had a lot of, I won't say upheaval, but there could have been a couple of upsets, but these upsets were actually just a part of a larger picture coming together for you, and you may not see it here quite yet, but you will come to see how this is going to shape and form itself for you. So a little bit here, Uranian energy that kind of like shook things up, well, that is just so you can shake away the old, so the new can start manifesting. And the way I'm seeing this is working for you, well, let's just start with the sun. The sun is in your 8th house, in the sign of Libra. Libra is relationships. It's also balance, how you can balance. And the 8th house is all about money. Not necessarily your day-to-day, month-to-month income, because that's the 2nd house. Now Uranus is working there, and this is why things are shaking up a little bit for you, because you're releasing something old as something new is coming in. So the 8th house here, where the sun is illuminating, well, what is coming together? Well, let's take it a little deeper. The 8th house is ruled by Scorpio and Pluto. Pluto rules big things, deep things, and Venus is also the ruler of Libra and is the ruler of money. So we have a Venusian Plutonian energy here sitting on your sun, and your sun is trying to filter through here, and it's intense. That's what Pluto does. And you could say on the financial level, you might see something intensifying there. If we're looking at the relationship area, well, you can see things, increasing there as well. Both of them are ruled by this area and what you're going to be experiencing here in October. We have the new moon here, October 4th. This is when you might see that the key goes in the lock. Up till the 4th, you might feel you're working towards something, and you might have a certain anticipation and sense of what it is, but this is when you're going to see things kick into action, because then you have the power of this new moon, which is not just going to filter throughout the rest of this month, but the rest of this year. So the potential of what is happening with these energies, they're quite big. And let me just extrapolate a little bit more on what it can mean for you. Well, 9th house here, you have Mercury, you've got Saturn, you've got Venus. So the area of the 9th house is far distant regions. It's foreign countries, foreign people, or those places far away from where you are. So we're not talking local activities. We're talking out there, okay? And when I say out there, it's even further out there, because this 9th house is also receiving a lot of energy from the 11th house, which is groups and organizations and people. It's also hopes and dreams and friends. So Pluto is here transforming this whole 11th house and how you present yourself out to groups, which is Pluto. Pluto rules masses, okay? So you got like this whole thing going on there in the 11th. And then the 9th house here, which is out in foreign regions, well, let's add to it that the 9th house is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the greatest planet, so it expands everything it touches. And in this area now, you got Mercury, communication, you got Saturn, which is foundation, Venus, which is money, and also love and passion. And it's in the sign of Scorpio, which is also intensity and passion. So we got big things here opening up for you. Might have been a little shaky things here for some of you, but that was just to kind of kick you into action to get into a different direction. And this Mercury is also about communication. Mercury's going here until October 21st. So anything throughout that first 3 weeks of October is going to be essential. How you communicate and what you communicate and where this communication is going. And since it's the 9th house, you're really reaching for some higher, lofty ideas spiritually as well, because it's the house of Sagittarius. And Sagittarians like to be philosophical. They like to engage in teaching and learning, higher knowledge, higher levels of consciousness. So you might find yourself communicating on these levels, bringing it out there until October 21st. And then what is it going to do? It's going to retrograde, go back through this ninth house and into your eighth house. So somehow what you launched here with the sun in the eighth house, you know, those other financial situations, it's going to go out, it's going to come back in, it's going to give you a little time to kind of tweak, renegotiate and review those things, not because, and not to see it as a delay, which always we feel that these retrogrades delay us somehow because we're gaining momentum and then it stops us dead in our tracks, pulls us back. But don't see it as cutting your momentum, because when it goes back for you this month, it's going to take you back to see, okay, now I've touched these grounds and it's come thus far, but now I want to see, how can I improve it? How can I tweak it? How can I grow it even more? So in these 3.5 weeks, you'll gain more insight. So when Mercury starts going direct again, back out of the 8th house, into the 9th house, well, you're going to be so equipped, better than you were initially. And I'm saying this because Mercury is going to now launch you for a whole entire year in this area. You won't have the same ability as the blessings of this retrograde to help you right here, right now. So it's a blessing, okay? See it that way and you won't be sorry. Now, let's talk a little bit more about this Mercury, because it is going to be joining up with Saturn here, and this is on the 6th, and I want you to mark the 6th on your calendar for various reasons. It's one of the most potent days of October. This Mercury of communication, how you communicate and who you communicate with and what you communicate, coming up to Saturn. Saturn is the teacher. Now, that could be a mentor out there. The 9th house is also like the public out there. This Saturn is also your own inner authority. And so, it could be you as the student or the teacher, and communicating this. But on the 6th, these two planets are going to form an alliance, and it's going to actually like cut you a deal, or it's going to anchor something in. And the beauty of it is that this very same Mercury of communication is touching here a beautiful sextile over to Pluto in the 11th house, which is groups and organizations and those wider expansive fields. So think about that. And then the 9th house, put those two together, well, you know, you've got something really big here on the 6th. To top it off, you have Venus coming into the very same area, or should I say, it's there on the 6th, leaving this area because you've put so much love and passion into it. Venus in Scorpio throughout September and into October 6th. A lot of passion, a lot of intense focus, because that's what Scorpio does. It kind of streamlines us right here. That's where your passion has been. Well, on the 6th, it's going to conclude that journey, and it's sitting right on your midheaven point, which is your career. So whatever locks in as far as a contract or what the deal is for you, it can be a little different for all of you. But this Venus sitting on the 10th house cusp of your career, that is starting a journey now into Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, once again, ruled by Jupiter, what does it do? It's expansive. It's abundant. It's foreign places, people, continents, and so forth. And it's your philosophy. It's those higher rules that you've been working by, those higher karmic laws, and the aims and the goals that you hold. So you're going to see how this is going to bloom from the 6th and onwards. So, and then we have another shift happening too, and this is on the 15th, when Mars concludes its journey through the 6th house, which it's been in the sign of Leo. Now, Mars and Leo, they harmonize because they're both fire signs. So throughout September, coming into October 15th, the 6th house has helped you. Your Martian energy has been helping you focus on details. 6th house is ruled by Virgo, so it's like organizing, structuring, streamlining, everything, day-to-day routines, nitpicking on certain things to get things structured and ready. So now we know that Venus is kicked into your 10th house of career on the 6th. On the 15th, Mars is done with nitpicking, and Mercury still hasn't gone retrograde, but Mars is now kicking into your 7th house for one-on-one relationships. Now, this could be a time for you now to focus more on, instead of your daily routines and everything you've been working on, sure, it could be a very romantic time for you where Mars is going to kick this into action. But the 7th house is also partnerships, those you work with one-on-one. Okay, so you might see how this is going to be gelling for you too. And it is in the sign of Virgo, so you might feel that the streamline going on here is something that's going to fall into place for you, the way that you like it. There's a structure. So if things have been a little bit in upheaval here in September, well, Pisceans, you know, at least you're fluid. You know, you're flexible, and so you have your way to kind of swim around those big waves. You know, it might be a little topsy-turvy, but you always get through it. And now you can start seeing that things are going to calm down and it's back on track, and it's going to be really exciting to see, especially because the day after that Mars has left this area of the nitpicking, Venus is going to present you a gift. And I'm not saying necessarily a financial or material gift. It could be, of course, because it is Venus, it rules those things, but it could also be something emotional too. Venus rules love, and Uranus is this out of the blue, unexpected thing. So wherever it's going to come from for you, well, yes, it has moved into your 10th house, and Uranus is in your 2nd house. So for you, this unexpected situation might be between your income sector and your career. So it might be some good news there for you, Pisces. Then on the 19th, start slowing down a little bit, okay? So whatever you need to organize or structure, by all means do it now when you got all that Virgo energy going on here. But from the 19th, Mars is going to oppose Neptune, so things might start flowing out a little bit. You know, we get this little fogginess of Neptune, and Mars just really wants to hammer down because it's always so focused on goals, but Neptune is like this. So you may not get it out. And plus, Mercury is now slowing down so much, nearly coming to a halt on the 19th, because on the 21st, it's going to turn. Okay, so it's going to need a day there to turn. And then anything about communications and contracts, not a good time to do anything of that. Between the 11th and, the 21st to November 11th. But like I said, mentioned a little earlier, the upside of this Mercury retrograde for you is that you have launched something out there into the world, the 9th house. If you're publishing, for example, well, then you've put that out there. Whatever it is for you, it might be you putting all your love out there to somebody out there in the world, because Neptune is Venus is in that 9th house. So it could be that as well. But this Mercury is now going to go back into the 8th house to kind of figure out how you can structure and retune and retweak it for the higher good of the future, okay? So actually for you, this retrograde is going to work. Don't get frustrated. Don't go spend your money anywhere, because we know that's never a good thing under retrograde. But on the 22nd, the day after, the Sun is going to move into your 9th house as well. It's been in this 8th house of joint resources, other people's money, and all these groups, banks, insurance companies, whatnot. But then it's going to move into your 9th house, and hey, listen, you might want to do that journey that you've been thinking about. You might just start wanting to travel here. From the 22nd onwards, it looks like that is great. The Sun is going to be moving over Saturn, but that's going to be a little later. That's going to be in the November forecast. But we're ending this month here on the 31st with great energies to be, which is Mars and Pluto. They're trine, so if Mars is what gives us the drive to achieve our goals, Pluto is what gives us the potential to transform that goal and make it real. So I think you're loving this Pisceans, and it's going to be between your 7th house and your 11th house. So anything with one-on-one partners, or also one-on-one with groups as well too. This is what you're going to see. The end of the month is going to end on. This is also where your November forecast is going to start. Okay, so you're going to have a powerful next month, Pisces. So do come back and listen to it. Then I just want to end this reading here with the new moon intentions on the 4th, which we spoke about. The full moon is going to be on the 18th. For you, this is going to be your income house. So the 18th might prove you a little bit about what it is you initiated earlier in the month. You might see it already kind of kicking in here before the month is over. And that is only the beginning, because these new moon seeds is not just going to be harvested here this month, but in this whole full solar year to come from now. So keep dreaming. Your Jupiter is in the 5th house for creativity. You never stop, Pisces. You're constantly thinking what you can do and how you can expand, and it is coming together for you, and you are actually living your dream. So have fun with that. And before I end, I just want to say next month's forecast will also be posted here on this website, because we still don't know what's going on with YouTube. So they will always be found here if you can't find us there. Okay? So listen to your moon and rising sign, and I will sign off for this month. See you next month. Bye now.